this evening. Fire destroys business. War of words over GECOM votes. Body of young man found dead in his home. In the region, Jamaica Parliament debates Petrojam takes buyback from Venezuela. Internationally, measles outbreak in Vancouver, Canada has seen seeking their own immunization. Greetings to our viewers in Guyana and around the world. Today is Wednesday, February 20th, 2019, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. A fire has again claimed a northern property and its contents as a store on the East Coast goes up in flames. Esther Sobers went to LBI and filed this report.
At the scene, firefighters were trying to ascertain the cause of the fire as workers and other persons from the popular supermarket were removing items that were not destroyed. The fire reportedly occurred at around 5 hours Wednesday morning at the supermarket called Moon. The store is operated by Chinese nationals and it is located at Le Bon Intention on the East Coast, Demerara. The Chinese nationals were tight-lipped about what exactly occurred this morning. It was reported that the fire lasted for about 2 hours. According to residents, around 4 a.m. this morning, a loud explosion was heard. They are also claiming that 3 persons may have received severe injuries. Those persons were taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital. Signs of a gas bottle explosion was evident. The badly torched and damaged gas bottle was taken out of the building. Also, other properties next to the supermarket were spared from damages as firefighters were able to quell the flames before it spread to other buildings. Channel 2 Headline News understands that the Chinese nationals were not the owners of the building, and the estimated loss in damages is yet to be determined. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The APNU-AFC government have assured the residents of Karasabi, South Pakarima and Region 9 that a secondary school and dormitory will be built in the village by 2020. This commitment was made during a meeting on Sunday with Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, Sidney Alicock, Minister within the Ministry, Valerie Garrido-Low, and Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Basil Williams. During the interactive session, the residents spoke of the need for the school and dormitory to be constructed speedily. Karasabi Primary School currently has a secondary department that accommodates 173 students from the village and neighboring communities. A man was discovered dead in his home today. Here again is Esther Sobers.
A father of 2 was found dead in his home after a reported disagreement with his wife. On Wednesday morning, 32-year-old Rayon Angel was found dead in his home located at 3rd Street Grove, East Bank, Demerara. Details surrounding the man's death are sketchy, as police are still yet to ascertain whether Angel's death was homicidal. According to sources, the mother of the dead man tried contacting him for the past 2 days, but she did not get through. This prompted the worried mother to contact her son's place of work, but was only told that he didn't report for work at the Guyana shore base. This further led to other family members trying to locate the man. His father made a visit to his son's home and was confronted with the gruesome discovery of his son's lifeless body. The man reportedly lived alone with his wife, but after disagreement, she had not returned home. Police investigations are ongoing. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Please don't go away. Coming up after the break, mistrust and condemnation of GECOM services again. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's knocked away from Yang Huang.
Yo, why you gotta get away since she credit, buddy? I bet you that you from blah blah. You actually gain, but if not, you got buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back because she money from Fab 5.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only $5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5? Yours.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Listen and hear me good. It's Mashroman in Guyana, and Clearance got this big mash down sale. Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Half off Nike sneakers. 25% off men's short pants, jeans, jerseys, caps, and selected slippers. 25% off Kenneth Cole and Levi's. Half off selected ladies' jeans, tops, dresses, rompers, loafers, sandals, sneakers. Remember, Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Yes! Clearance, mash down the price for mash! Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. The Federation of Independent Trade Unions of Guyana is jumping on the fray created by the latest GECOM's decision. FITUG said that it was particularly disturbed to learn that the Guyana Elections Commission has decided to abandon its constitutional functions of upholding the Constitution. Their remarks came as a result of the GECOM saying that yesterday they are not likely to be able to conduct elections in accordance with the constitutional provisions. FITUG laments the fact that the Elections Commission is proceeding as if the situation were normal, seemingly complete ignorance of, quote, elephant in the room, end of quote, which is government-appointed commissioners and president-chosen chairman. The union body is demanding that the significant constitutional breaches be brought to an immediate end and that preparations for elections commence in earnest. The APNU, AFC, and PPP are sharing different views of the decision that came out of GECOM's meeting yesterday. The opposition leader is again crying foul over the role of GECOM's chairman. Wendell Jeffrey shares an overview of that saga.
the winners and the losers to accept the results.
When in 1992 the Carter Foundation set up the current arrangement at GECOM, it was agreed upon by both the PNC and the PPP because the construct supposed that that entity would be free of political unevenness. It was agreed then that there would be 6 commissioners and a chairman. The government would select 3 commissioners and the opposition in Parliament would select the other 3. The agreement allowed that GECOM's chairperson would be selected from a list that the opposition would submit to the president. The arrangement worked well from 1992 to 2017 when President David Granger, unimpressed by the 3 lists that opposition leader Barra Jagdeo had presented to him, nominated and swore in his hand-picked choice for the position. The PPP vehemently objected to that arrangement, claiming that Granger was setting up the GECOM to be an arm of the PNC. Since then, there was only one election, the local government elections in 2018. The manner in which the last elections was conducted, the objectivity of GECOM, together with the comparatively positive results for the PPP, give the impression that Guyana might have passed the worst in relation to the squabbling over the election's governing body. But those hopes were short-lived. Yesterday, GECOM reported that at a statutory meeting, 3 decisive votes were taken. The first one was to decide if the Commission should tell President Granger that GECOM cannot be ready for elections within 90 days. The other motion, the Commission considered whether or not GECOM is financially able to hold elections in the near future. And the final motion was to look at if GECOM could speed up its preparations for house-to-house registrations. All 3 motions are reported by the coalition to have passed. However, the PPP's commissioners are arguing that the motions did not really pass because what was discussed was not what was voted on. They are also suggesting that the chairman tipped the scale in favor of the government. The Constitution and the GECOM's rules do allow for the GECOM chairperson to vote. However, the PPP is lamenting that because the chairman, Justice Patterson, was unilaterally appointed by President Granger, he, Patterson, has sided with the government on all the motions. There is an upcoming scheduled meeting for GECOM's personnel to meet with members of the international community. The agenda for that meeting has not been divulged to the public. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Jamaica's parliament debates Petrojam stakes buyback from Venezuela, and measles outbreak in Vancouver, Canada, has teens seeking their own immunizations. But before that, here is this week's bridge attraction schedule.
What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Listen and hear me good. It's Matrimony in Guyana, and Clearance got this big mash down sale Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February half off Nike sneakers, 25% off men's short pants, jeans, jerseys, caps, and selected slippers. 25% off Kenneth Cole and Levi's. Half off selected ladies' jeans, tops, dresses, rompers, loafers, sandals, sneakers. Remember, Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Yes! Clearance, mash down the price for mash! Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Switch over to GTT right now, no. Because all this time and money I waste on calls alone can just send up my blood pressure.
You've come to the right place. Really? Once you're switched over with our network, you can activate our Fab 5 plan. With our Fab 5 plan, you can enjoy free unlimited calls with 4 family and friends.
You got to be kidding me.
You will also get 5 gigabytes of data with 250 text messages.
You got to be kidding me.
And your chosen 4 can also call you for free.
You got to be kidding me.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only $5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Welcome back. Now for regional news. Prime Minister of Jamaica Andrew Holness kicked off debates in Jamaica's parliament. His plan for the administration to use legislation to fully acquire Venezuela's stakes in Petrojam, a move the opposition of Jamaica is against. TVJ News' Andrea Chisholm reports.
We cannot wait until Petrojam is run to the ground, then we react. The duty of government is to see the threats and respond to them.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness making a case for the government to use a law to forcefully take back Venezuela's 49% stake in Petrojam. Point 1. After over a decade of talks, Venezuelan company PDVSA has not lived up to the agreement to upgrade the refinery.
Technical assessments have found that refining operations will be negatively impacted by 2020 if Petrojam is not in a position to execute phase 1 of the refinery upgrade project, which is the vacuum distillation unit.
Petrojam will also lose one of its biggest customers this year, the Jamaica Public Service Company JPSCO. It will be using liquefied natural gas instead of heavy fuel oil for its 190 megawatt plant. Next issue, sanctions against Venezuela by the United States has made it difficult for banks to do business with Petrojam. The Prime Minister pointed out that since July 2018, Jamaica's Petro-Caribe Development Fund has been unable to make payments to PDVSA. And when a payment was made this year,
the funds have been held by the intermediary bank for sanction investigations.
the Bank of Jamaica has since requested that the funds be returned to Jamaica. For opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips, Jamaica's vote against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro at the Organization of American States has complicated the Petrojam buyback issue.
And that would at minimum, bring into questions on the part of those with whom you are negotiating your good faith, the good faith in which you are entering those negotiations. If we yield to the power of the mighty always, we soon will have no flexibility to operate for ourselves.
In addition, the opposition believes it's better for the government to wait until May before deciding the value of the refinery.
Whatever the valuation that you arrive at, there's either a discount to be negotiated or some other adjustment to be made on the basis of what the outcome of that review committee's deliberations are.
Nonetheless, a silver lining of sorts to Venezuela from the Prime Minister.
Were they to sign the draft share purchase agreement before this debate is concluded today, the government of Jamaica would be willing to suspend this process and sign the agreement as well. Furthermore, if after this debate closes, well, I've been waiting for the vibration on my phone. But after this debate closes and it goes to the Senate and a similar call should come, we would be prepared to withdraw the bill.
Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
And in international news, the measles outbreak affecting Vancouver has teens seeking their own immunizations, teaching their parents something along the way. CBC News' Leanne Young reports.
You might only be 11 or 12 years old, but these kids get it when it comes to measles and vaccines.
Does anybody remember what herd immunity means?
In BC, there's probably a group of people who are vaccinated, protecting one person from getting the infection.
Now that didn't just happen. For months, their teachers have been tapping into an online tool called Kids Boost Immunity, a program developed with the BC Centre of Disease Control that aims to dispel myths and teach kids about the benefits of immunizations.
I think that there's a lot of misinformation, but now that I know more about vaccines personally, I want to help people understand that they're not dangerous and they can save your life and someone else's.
And they're doing it by answering questions on the website. Score 80% or more, and the program buys a vaccine for another kid through UNICEF Canada. There's so much enthusiasm for it, the students at Senator Reid have the highest score across the country, and they're sharing that at home with their parents.
They always say, okay, then let's get vaccines when you guys have the chance.
The students here at the school, their parents have come and have immigrated to Canada from different places in the world. And those places in the world might not necessarily have had as solid of a medical system, for example. And so it's just super important for us to learn about those privileges that we have here. Global equality.
It's just one example of how young people are taking an increased interest in public health, especially in light of the recent measles outbreak in Vancouver.
I've seen people as young as 12 and 14 asking for vaccination because they've been exposed to people that have been vaccinated, and it's caused them to question the choices that their parents made for them.
As the manager of Kids Boost Immunity, Ian Rowe's hope is that they've targeted kids young enough they'll help sway minds.
Kids are great at educating adults on issues because adults, it's harder to change your mind on things when you're an adult.
If these kids are any indication, they've already been inoculated from misinformation. Leanne Young, CBC News, Surrey.
Here's the 3-day weather forecast. And that's Child to Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, We invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and Thursday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I am Bibi Baka signing out from your newscasting. Thank you for staying tuned and do have a blessed evening.